This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
Now, I know what you're going to say, but the fact is, you've been making us all look bad.
I'm sorry, sir?
Of course, we all appreciate your efforts, but you've been rather letting the side down.
It's all about being a team player, Nicholas.
You can't be the Sheriff of London.
If we let you carry on running around town, you'll continue to be exceptional, and we can't have that. You'll put us all out of a job.
With respect, sir, you can't just make people disappear.
Yes, I can. I'm the chief inspector.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is CheapSeat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to CheapSeat Reviews. This is the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 85, and today we are talking about Hot Fuzz. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Chad, church steeple to the face Evans.
And
hello to you.
What did he say, Corny?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Corny?
Huh?
What do you say? You lived with Chad, so I assume that you're the official translator.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was distracted.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know.
All right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he just insulted an Eskimo. I'm not quite sure, but...
All right. Great to be here, guys.
Yeah, so I keep pausing because... So
big fan.
The middle name I wrote for Corny doesn't make sense to me, and I'm trying to remember what I was trying to do.
Go ahead and say it. Let's play this game.
It doesn't make sense. Once was. What? Oh, I get it. Okay, I remember what I was trying to write. Okay. Corny once was stabbed by Santa Claus, Logan. I didn't write Santa for some reason. It just wrote say. That's why I was really confused.
Oh, say, can you be stabbed?
Right, Santa. There we go. Logan. Corny once was stabbed by Santa, Logan.
Actually, that might be the reason why I hate Christmas so much.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. And Sam sure can run fast for an old guy, Vector.
Yar.
Yarp.
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 Narp.
Not to be confused with Narf. Narf. Pull up a comfy chair and let's dive in to Hot Fuzz.
Hey, diving into Hot Fuzz. That's
my favorite pastime.
That's right. And that was not meant to be a double entendre. It was just the way it's.
But it was.
But it's just the name of the movie. Damn it! I didn't make it that. So what is Hot Fuzz? Well, I hope I have something to tell you about it. Nope, that's not it.
Nope, wrong one.
This is it.
Hot Fuzz. Not to be confused with Hot Fudge. Exceptional London cop Nicholas Angel is involuntarily transferred to a quaint English village and paired with a witless new partner. While on the beat, Nicholas suspects a sinister conspiracy is afoot with the residents.
That's right. All of those things happened in this movie. Now, full disclosure, I was really, really hoping that you guys, when I said at the end of the intro, when I said CheapSeat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good, I was really hoping you guys would just instinctively say, the greater good. And then I was going to say, the greater good, and then you guys were going to do it again, and then I was
Greater good.
and then I was going to play this.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
Shut it!
But it didn't work that way, but it's still pretty funny. I love that clip, though. I laughed so hard at that clip. Now, before I want to go on with the normal intros and things like that, the intro that I captured I thought was actually great just because I like Bill Nye and the way he talks. But he says a word that I don't know what he's saying. And we've done this several times in this show where someone records something, like someone will say something and I have no idea what they're saying. And then like what happened in Batman. So I need your help here. Okay?
Now, I know what you're going to say, but the fact is, you've been making us all look bad.
I'm sorry, sir?
Of course, we all appreciate your efforts, but you've been rather letting the side down.
What? You've been
Rather laying the sun down.
What?
That's
I have
word.
no idea.
That word. I don't think you.
But you've been rather letting the side down.
It's all about being a team.
I still don't know what he says.
Maybe that's an English saying. Maybe that's, rather laying a
But
side
you've been
down.
rather letting the side down.
Maybe that's like you're being...
I don't know. If any of our English listeners can help me, please. I have no idea what he's saying.
I'm going to lay a side down.
I just...
Sorry, sir?
Of course, we all appreciate your efforts, but you've been rather letting the side down.
It's all about being a team.
I don't know. Whatever. I just hope I was hoping one of you guys could know what was happening, but that's fine that you didn't. It actually makes me feel better that you guys didn't figure it out either.
I just assumed that
I did the same thing when I was first watching. I just went, no, okay, it's Bill Nye. I'm not going to worry about it. He says things funny, but
about science.
About science. Now I will say this. Later on, I captured, the funny guy, what's his name, the horrible person from Game of Thrones. I know that doesn't narrow it down at all.
Yarp. The Hound?
No, not the Hound. The guy who's also in Harry Potter.
Oh, the guy with the guns.
Yeah. Crazy guy with guns. After listening to them do the translation back and forth like 7 times, I can actually understand what he's saying. I have it. I captured that, and so we'll do that experiment, because if you listen to it like 2 or 3 times through, you can totally understand what he's saying. Like, he's actually saying the line. It's not gibberish. He's actually saying the line, just in whatever that language is. So anyway, Hot Fuzz. This is 2000 and something's Hot Fudge. Hot Fuzz.
Well, apparently you've already been confused.
Well, the reason why we made that joke is because I kept calling it Hot Fudge. I don't know why, but maybe I was hungry at the time, or
maybe that's why you've got a stomachache.
Maybe. But this is 2000.
Maybe you're pregnant.
Yeah, that's what it is. 2007's Hot Fuzz. Chad. All right, let me ask the question. Has anyone seen this before? I'm sure Corny probably saw it at 3 a.m. one night.
I did, actually.
Yeah, okay. Anybody else seen this?
No, I saw the first 10 minutes and turned it off.
Really?
I was bored. Yeah.
Wow. Like the first time you tried to watch it? I mean, obviously not for the podcast, but...
Yep.
I haven't done the same thing, but if I were just watching them on, I probably would turn it off myself.
That's fair. So, Chad.
Yes. This is the first time that I'd seen it.
You mean Yarp.
And... Do what?
Yarp.
You mean Yarp.
Yarp. Yeah, first time I'd seen it, and it intrigued me a little bit getting into it. I was like, okay, what is this? Okay, it's a really good cop. Really good cop. Okay, damn good cop. and then they're talking about, okay, you're going to get transferred, and it's like, oh, you want me to get the inspector in here? Hold on just a second. Hi, I'm right here.
Right.
So I laughed at that. I thought it was kind of funny, and so that kind of perked my attention. And then the other guy just happens, I want to go higher. And so, okay, here's the inspector. He's right in the door. There he is. Well, I want to know what the team thinks about it. Opens the door, and everybody's like, "Hey, goodbye." Right. So I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. So I'm gonna keep watching. And I actually had a pretty decent time with this movie. I kind of turned my brain off a little bit watching it, but it was kind of like it took a really sharp, dark turn real quick.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, we killed everybody. Wait, what?
Right.
What?
Right. Because you're sitting there going, why did this movie get an R? Oh.
Oh.
There it is. Axe to the face. That's why.
Oh, steeple to the head. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And he's walking around with it. Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah,
Well
they cut that part off and left it in his mouth. That was pretty funny.
So yeah, I actually kind of like the movie. There were parts in it that I actually did laugh out loud. And then, I didn't really get the bromance thing going on. I thought that the whorish, girl cop was actually kind of funny, and everything that she said was like could be a double entendre, which is
the point,
hilarious, which is the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And she knew it. She knew it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like she said it herself. She was like, I can show you around the precinct because I've already done that or something like that.
I've already been around the precinct.
I've already been around the precinct or something like that. It's like, oh my gosh. Well, at least you're the office slut.
So that's my 2 cents.
Okay, corny.
Oh,
You act surprised as if going from Chad to corny is a completely new thing.
Yarp. So just like Sam said, if I had tried to see this before, I think I would have turned it off to start with, but I knew how to get through it. So it was kind of really weird to watch the beginning of this thing start, and you're getting a little bit of background, and like Chad said, you find out that, okay, this guy's a super cop. I think what kept my attention was about the time they were like, oh, we're going to move you because you're making us look bad. And I thought, oh, and then I got so frustrated with him and going to the new precinct and no one was doing anything. I was so mad. I just wanted to punch things.
I was the same way. It's like, you were the most useless cops ever.
I know. Yeah. So anyway, but of course, watching all of a sudden, I like to say now, that escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's one thing to chop a guy's head off or a girl's head off here and there, but come back in, you unload the room, and you have every gun that you have in a stereotypical one-man army situation. Which
and a sea landmine for some reason.
It's just junk.
It doesn't even work. Bang, bang, bang.
We all have that, like, one family member who's like, oh, this is fine, and they're, lighting a cigarette near an open flame or...
Mine is Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Cousin Eddie syndrome.
Yeah,
Everybody
actually,
has the
he's
Cousin
actually, you can call that the Cousin Eddie trope, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Right.
Shitter was full.
No, but ultimately, I think this is it was a fun movie to watch. Just be prepared for the ending if you're watching with family.
Yeah. Sam.
Yarp.
You have to say way more than that. I mean, I know the last two episodes have gone a little long, but
Yeah.
I actually understood everything he meant by Yarp.
Oh, okay.
I was a little confused because I couldn't find this one on Netflix, so I had to go down to the rental store, and they made me go behind the curtain to pick it up. So when I watched it, I started with Kimberly, and I was like, "Wait a second, this isn't. I don't think this is appropriate for Cheap Seat Reviews." So I'll give you the synopsis of the movie I saw.
Oh, this will be fun.
Oh, I can't wait to go down this road.
So, but anyway,
Carry on.
I
want to hear this.
Yeah, I was going to see how far you're going to take the joke because
I'm not taking that too. I don't. We don't need an explicit tag.
Yeah.
Penthouse.
Plus, I got to get the video back to the store in time to not get charged a
deposit
deposit
want to
fee.
get that double fee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I started watching.
Hold on.
This.
Let's take this for just half a second here. Let's all just bask in the moment that Sam went to a video store. That clearly one still exists in Hickory.
There is, dude. You still have a video store. It's down 127.
The only place in Gastonia where you can get a movie is the adult bookstore. It's off 321. There is no more Blockbuster. There is no more Family Video. They're all gone. It's either Redbox or Netflix.
And you know what? We have 2 video stores that aren't porn shops.
That's hilarious. Anyway.
But 30 that are. Go Hickory.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God I don't have to tell people directions to the new house that comprises of turn left after you pass the strip club.
Really?
So, yeah, no more strip club
Oh,
directions.
that's right. That was the old house. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
For those of you waiting on the joke, that's not.
actually real. Yeah.
Yeah. I started watching Hot Fuzz months ago. I really liked the movie Shaun of the Dead, which had Reddy McRedson. What's his name? Simon Pegg.
Right.
And the fat guy's in that as well.
Yep.
I'd hate to be known as that fat guy as an actor, but anyway.
I'm sure people that know him actually know his real name.
Yeah, Fatty McFetson.
I don't think that's his real name. I think you could probably.
Well, he's Scottish, isn't he?
He's Scottish. Well, he might be. I can look it up while you can. His name is Nick.
Anyway.
Nick Frost is his real name. So.
Yeah, Frost is a Scottish name.
He's from Essex, England. So
his name is Nixon Frost.
It used to be Scottish.
Awesome.
No.
Yeah, probably. Go back far enough and it's Scottish.
I like how you're just making history up now. That's probably right.
I can make up words too. Snorkel.
We're all dumb Americans here. We think Central Africa is not a real country. So
So I actually, I started this a while ago. I got bored and actually turned it off. I don't know why, but I did. It was basically by the time he got to the little village, I was like, this is boring. So I turned it off. I am so glad you guys forced me through this thing because I had a blast with this movie. It was a heck of a fun ride, and God, it escalated quickly. I had no clue this thing was going to go to, investigating cults and everybody being dead and steeples decapitating slash, becoming somebody's head. Yeah, impaling a person and. People getting stabbed with hedge trimmers. Yeah. And it's just wow. Oh my God, wow. And then the final shootout to be between these two younger cops and all these old folks.
Yeah, exactly.
I just couldn't stop laughing.
It was the same way.
And they weren't killing them either. They were like dropping pots on their heads and
a bear trap.
And a bear trap.
Why was that bear trap locked and loaded anyway? Who knows? But
but I had a blast with this movie. I really did. I had a lot of fun, and it goes up there with with the Shaun of the Dead for me, and those two guys doing movies together. And Ed, you're right. This is the first time I've really seen a whole movie by Edgar Wright. I'm not sure if he did Shaun of the Dead.
He did.
But he was supposed to do Ant-Man, and I can only imagine what Ant-Man would have been under his direction.
Well, he produced Ant-Man, and he wrote Ant-Man, but he bowed out of the actual directing of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Corny loves Edgar Wright because he did Corny's favorite film, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to make mention of some of the camera techniques, the zoom in on the item as you're doing it, with the epic music behind it. Made me smile.
A lot of those little quick cuts of just static images, of like all the guns. There must have been 40 shots of those guns in quick succession, which made me laugh. Like it was boom, gun, ding, ding, and like every time the camera, like the light would shine on it, and that made me laugh in of itself. It reminds me of Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
It's with more of a comedic touch.
Right, yeah. Sam Raimi was doing it for, I guess, almost dramatic flair. For the horror movies that he was doing, especially like Army of Darkness, or actually Evil Dead 2 is my favorite, is when he does the chainsaw attaching to the stump montage when he's doing that.
Yeah.
And everything that he does, the camera zooms in on, screw and dirt and rum, groovy. Like everything had its own zoom. Were you done, Sam?
Yeah. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think?
First time I'd seen this movie, I flippin' loved it. I want to go watch it again. I had such a good time with this. One of my buddies that recommended it, I think he was it Will or someone? I think it was Will, but I can't remember. One of our listeners recommended the movie for the show. Whoever you are, I think it was Will, but I can't remember. It might have been Jen. Thank you so much. Oh my God, this movie. Now you guys were talking about how you were bored at the beginning of the movie. I I know who Martin Freeman is. Like, oh, it's Watson. It's Bilbo Baggins now, right? He's gonna be in the new Captain America 3 as something we don't know. So I was like, oh, it's Martin Freeman. That's kind of cool. He gets to show off his comedic chops. Oh, it's that other weird guy who I see in movies. Okay. Oh, it's Bill Nye. Well, this is escalating quickly. And then, so I was all in, and then he goes to that weird town, and we get to have this moment. It's about 38 seconds long, but this moment, I was almost in tears. Oh, but by the way, notice the really weird, creepy music in the background. That's obviously a directorial choice to kind of make you feel uneasy about this strange hotel he's about to check in.
You must be Sergeant Angel.
Yes, I am.
I'm Joyce Cooper. I trust you had a pleasant trip. Fascist.
I beg your pardon?
System of government characterized by extreme dictatorship. 7 across.
Oh, I see. It's fascism.
Fascism. Wonderful. Now we've put you in the castle suite. Bernard will escort you up there.
Well, actually, I could probably make my own way up. Hag.
I beg your pardon?
Evil old woman considered frightful or ugly. It's 12 down.
Oh, bless you.
I was losing it, especially at that creepy
Victrola.
Yeah, it's like a Victrola in the background where somebody had run out of arm strength to keep winding it, so that's why it was like slowly dying. It was super creepy. It seemed like something we would do at like a haunted mansion theme park kind of thing, like we would do here at Scarowinds and at Carowinds. I loved it. I thought that was great. So yeah, I loved this movie. I mean, we've already done top 3 buddy cop movies from way back when we did Bad Boys 2, which was mentioned in this movie. So I said, they actually watch a movie that we're reviewing a movie that they are watching that we have reviewed. I thought
it's
that
super
was
meta.
Yeah, it was like it's very meta.
So meta. Yeah.
I was even one of my notes. But
not to mention some of the camera tricks during the shootout were straight
yeah,
out of it. I love the circular camera going around them, and I saw a reflection of a freaking dove in a car.
Yep. That was a. So they literally took Roger Ebert, I think, wrote a book about all of the world's action cliches, and Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg read it and decided to put all of them in this movie. So the car chase with the shootout, like everything that Nick Frost asked him, have you done?
Yeah.
They made sure to do. The jumping while shooting 2 guns.
Yeah.
The
shooting into the air, yeah.
Yeah, while yelling. So you had your point break moment. Point break.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry, I just watched Avengers yesterday and they made that reference. No hard feelings, Point Break. You get a mean swing. There was you got the John Woo Dove scene, right? Yeah. There was a couple other moments of that.
Flipping over tables and diving behind those.
Oh yeah, like the little wooden table is gonna stop a shotgun slug, but why not?
Dude, the freaking when they're in the grocery store at the deli, they're standing behind a glass case,
bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they had foresight enough to know that, hey, we're going to get in a shootout one day.
Yeah.
And we need this bulletproof.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah.
But the cards can just openly blaze right through it.
I'll bet you if we got about 30 of those things and the 4 of us got enough momentum, we could probably do some damage in a store.
Oh, absolutely. But there's a lot of weight behind that, really.
A woman had a machine gun. I mean, a straight up World War II German machine gun, and it was just bouncing off. They were using those. How they do that? Here's a little movie magic for you listeners at home. So you see movies where they have those little sparks that shoot off of stuff, and they do that by they have paintball guns, and then the paintball is a little plastic clear pellet, and inside is it's like those little pops that you would get when you're 12 and you throw on the ground and they spark.
Oh, cool.
And you throw them at your sister or whatever. That's what those are. So someone's off camera with a paintball gun shooting them at those things. And that's why you see sparks off of glass and things like that. That's how they do that. And then a lot of them will also do that for especially war movies where you see like the guy who gets hit and it's just a dust imprint. It's a dust impact off their chest. That's usually what it is too. It's just a plastic ball that's filled with dust, and so they'll do that they'll do that on the ground. They'll go, and that's why they have those. That's where that comes from. Anyway, there's
what happens if you hit him in the head?
Then the actor gets really pissed. So,
but they had to take that chance.
Well, I mean, it's usually they don't usually do that at the actor when it's like high motion, high action. That's usually what they have the squibs for on their body that someone remotely controls that shoots out. That way you prevent that. Usually the paintballs are for like there's a guy hiding behind, I don't know, a glass case of deli meat. They're protected by something. There's someone's off camera shooting, those little sparky things that they can be kind of protected. So
you know what though? I bet you the deli meat would be pretty good protection to a certain extent.
Yeah, but I mean not against 40-06 or 30-06. 40-06 isn't a gun, but a 30-06 is.
But I love how they would pop up and throw knives.
Right, like they must have had like 100 knives back there.
And you know what? It was silly enough. I bought it. I was like, I'm not sitting here thinking how stupid this movie is. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking I am being entertained and I'm enjoying this right now because they weren't taking it seriously. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, they were having fun. And as we, the watchers, I know I had a good time. I mean, I got done watching the movie and I went to bed and my wife says, I'm not going to ask you if you liked the film because I can tell you did. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to talk to the guys about this movie. I had so much fun. I didn't actually take that many notes because it was mostly tropes and things, and you had the cool twist at the end. But I mean, other than that, it was just fun. I didn't. So I don't know. I captured this, and I can't remember what. I remember. Yeah, this is the stupid partner being stupid.
What is it like being stabbed?
It was the single most painful experience of my life.
What was the second most painful?
Oh, that guy cracked me up. So yeah, Sam, you mentioned it earlier about them doing Shaun of the Dead. So this is the second in the trilogy.
What's the third one?
World's End. The
right?
World's End. Yeah, that's the.
Yeah. I have seen the trilogy then. Sweet.
Yeah, and it's referred to as the Blue Comet trilogy. The ice cream that they eat, the little ice cream cone that they eat on the stakeout, is featured in all three movies.
Nice.
So in the first movie, it's red for zombies and blood. The second one is blue because of the cops, and the third one is green because of aliens or whatever. So there.
Chad and I watched that one. That's a fun movie too.
I like that movie.
Is it on Netflix?
World's End.
Yeah.
It is on Netflix?
Is it?
I don't think so.
Oh well, if it is,
I think I had taped it off something.
I want to watch it. Maybe not for this podcast and because we just did this, but I do want to watch it. That was fun. So let me ask you this, Corny. You can't answer because when you've watched it the first time, I thought that they kept playing Timothy Dalton up to be this weird psychopath that I knew he wasn't going to be the bad guy. I just knew it wasn't going to be him. And then I immediately, once they brought in Professor Slughorn onto Jim Broadbent, from those who don't know Harry Potter, the chief of police from the little weird town, I was like, he's the bad guy. Immediately, I'm like, yep, it's him. Because he keeps making him do all these dumb things every time he gets close to the investigation. and then it turned out I was 90% right or 50% right or whatever. I still couldn't believe Timothy Dalton was involved. He's James Bond. Come on. But in fairness, other than James Bond, every role I've seen him in, he's a bad guy. So I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. I mean, The Rocketeer. And,
oh, yeah, that's right.
And then he was the bad guy in Chuck. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's bad guys and other things, but those are the things I can think of off the top of my head. All right. Oh, I also thought that those ring wraith people were fast. That's the joke that I made.
Yeah.
I mean, like, those are all old people. I mean, I think Timothy Dalton was probably the most in shape person of that group, and they were jumping out windows and doing like minor league parkour. It was pretty impressive.
Maybe it's in the water out there.
Maybe it's the clean, fresh air.
Yeah.
When you get away from the streets of London, it was just so funny to me. They just kept. We got a call from London, like they'd never heard of this mysterious, weird place. And maybe that's the joke, like maybe like that's their English version of people from New York making fun of Southerners. Like New York is this shiny, weird, crazy place where, dreams come true and there's money falling out of buildings and stuff. Like we think that the Wolf of Wall Street is how it is everywhere in New York, right? And that
that's how it is.
You mean it's not?
Yeah, and they think
Damn it.
they think that what's it called? You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Deliverance.
Deliverance is how it is down here all the time.
You mean it's not?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it.
So I wonder if that's the joke that they're kind of making fun of. Basically, I mean they were English rednecks. I mean, come on, everyone's got guns. Who? Farmers. Who else? And their mothers. Everyone and their mothers got guns around here. Like, yeah. It was good jokes. I mean, it was really good jokes. And Simon Pegg helped write this, and that gives me stupendous amounts of joy and hope for the next Star Trek film, because he's writing that one.
Oh.
Yeah, he's writing the new one, Star Trek Beyond.
Good job, Scotty.
Yeah. Well, when it was the other guy, the other director, he was also Bob Orsi. He wanted to do another time travel bit, and they were like, no. Paramount was like, no. So then they bring in the Fast and the Furious director, Lynn, I think is his name, and Simon Pegg. They got him to write it. So Idris Elba is the bad guy.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's be interesting. So I teased this earlier. Oop, my computer. Okay. I teased this earlier about the scene with what's his face.
Why do we need the dog? It's not the dog we need.
I only child I couldn't see the view anymore. Was he Mombo?
Right. What did he say?
Said as his edge, huh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he Mombo?
What did he say?
He said an edge is an edge. He only chopped it down because it spoiled his view. What's Reaper moaning about?
All right, so now that you know what he says, now let's go back and listen to it again, because then...
Why do we need the dog?
Sorry.
It's not the dog we need.
I only child I couldn't see the view anymore. Was he Mombo?
Oh, okay.
Right?
What did he say?
Said as his edge, huh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he Mombo?
What did he say?
I hear
He
it.
said an edge is an edge.
Right, you could totally hear it, especially in the second guy. But it's funny because I've now listened to that like 7 times. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're actually saying the lines. He's just pulling a farmer, what's his name? Farmer, from The Water Boy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Who was the Farmer Fred? Farmer
Fred, I think. Actually.
Yeah, he was the defensive coordinator.
That's right. I forgot about
You know
him.
what I'm talking about? He would just come in and he would just yell at everybody, and no one knew what he was saying. Yeah, because he had that like Louisiana dialect. I liked that guy. He was great. I wrote in my notes, cool plot twist. Obviously, what I meant by the circle of whatever they are, the
Ring Wraiths.
the NWA, which was a direct reference to the not New World Order, Ice Cube and Eazy-E and Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre and
aren't you surprised and impressed that I knew that? By the way, okay,
I'm impressed. You're the whitest man I know.
And I hadn't even seen Straight Outta Compton, by the way. Okay, so I let's be fair. I probably won't see that unless Corny says, "Hey, I'm bringing it over to watch," and I was done. You need to learn something, and then I was okay.
Here, this will explain my life.
Right. Oh, now I get why they. I don't know.
What'd you talk about? They?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do that.
He meant the rappers, Easy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Rappers. That's what I meant. Those specific rappers having nothing to do with their gender or race. Oh man, we're going down a slippery slope. So I'm going to play this instead.
She only chopped it down because it sport his...
No, not that. I'm going to play this.
With the power of Grayskull.
I love that.
I did.
I lost it.
I had to pause it. I started laughing so hard at that.
Because it was so out of left field. I mean, you expect him to walk in and go, holy shit, or something like that. But he just...
With the power of Grayskull.
That phrase needs to be used more.
Yeah, just like this one.
With the power of Grayskull.
I mean, I want to say that tomorrow at work now. You know, when someone comes in and goes, hey, Sean, we got this water leak, and God, by the power of Grayskull. You know, and of course then...
It's a thing. It needs to be a thing.
Then my 18-year-old student's going to look at me and go, what are you talking about?
But the 35-year-old guy's going to be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, right. So, by the way, 15 minutes before we started the podcast, my wife brought in her cell phone, and Nickelodeon is creating a channel. Well, they have their own, the channel already exists, but they're creating an 8-hour time slot, weekdays, that are going to show all those 90 cartoons that we grew up on.
I'm excited about this.
Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, our childhood is going to be on from 10 a.m.
Salute Your Shorts.
Salute Your Shorts, yeah. Saved by the Bell. Well, that wasn't Nickelodeon. But,
No.
But all Roundup. Is that what it was called? What was the cowboy show? It wasn't Roundup. That's the Weed Killer. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was Roundup. You know what I'm talking about? No, Hey Dude. That's what it was called. Hey Dude. Y'all know? Hey, y'all know Hey Dude? No?
I don't. That actually, believe it or not, I think was after my generation.
Hey Dude came on. I mean, it came on like in the lineup after. I think it was on after like Salute Your Shorts, but it was a little bit. It was like while we were all like 12 and 11 watching that. Those were all teenagers, 18, 19, or 17, whatever, teenagers. So I never really got into it because they were all older than me. That's why I was still watching Pete and Pete. Or
Pete and Pete.
You like that because of the ginger equality.
Because they were all redheads.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a good role model.
Yeah. And I thought that the girl was cute. I can't remember her name, but Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah. Now that was part of my generation.
I still think she's attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Not anymore.
She's on that show with Jesse. What's his face? Crap.
She's had children.
Well,
she's
but so?
She's been ruined.
Oh my God. Says the father of two.
There's no coming back from that.
Hey, Chad, you need to make sure that Kimberly listens to this episode at around the 37-minute mark. So if you need to blackmail Sam for anything, this is a good opportunity for you, Chad. So
yeah, if I was, still in the, having to be under the
roof,
the roof of the great evil. But
wait, you're the great evil.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I like that.
I forgot.
So who is Chad?
The great evil.
Opie?
Melissa Joan Hart.
No.
No, Chad. I mean, he might work for
the devil,
but I'm just teasing. You don't work for the devil, Chad.
Well, he does work for education in North Carolina.
That's true. He does.
It's quite accurate.
Actually, Chad works for.
I'm Batman.
That's who he works for. I still think she's attractive. Now that picture is a few years ago, but that's she's attractive. Sam, you're whatever.
No, I mean I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
I was more of a Sabrina teenage witch.
Well, yeah. I liked with that weird cat.
Chester.
Salem
was the cat's name.
He was black. I was black. We related.
He's a puppet. You're a puppet. No. He's covered in fur. Oh, okay.
I am covered in fur.
The similarities in there. Where was I? Oh, this.
It's all about the greater good.
The greater good. The greater good.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
Oh, man.
How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. Shut it!
There's a whole lot of talking in there about why they killed the people that they killed, and I didn't capture it because I mean, it wasn't very funny. So at one point I had those all kind of mashed together, but I thought it'd just be funny. So I now will play this.
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it!
If it wasn't for the fact that that good and shut it overlap each other, I would just single out shut it and just so when Sam's driving me crazy, I can just play that. Because that won't ever happen again on this show.
No, I'm very easy going.
Damn it.
How can this be for the greater... Shut it!
There it is. Yeah, it's two. It's past. This is the last clip I captured.
How's looked? He's in the freezer. Did you say cool off? No, I didn't say anything, actually. Shame. There was a bit earlier on that you missed when I distracted him with the cuddly monkey, and then I said, playtime's over, and I hit him with the peace lily. You're off the f***ing chain!
Savage!
And you know what? I bet you this is a movie. If we would all watch this together.
Oh my god, it would have been great.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I still think that we should. I also like the fact that he kicked that old woman in the face. That was pretty funny.
That was hilarious.
Oh yeah. I also knew that they were going to detonate that mine eventually because you don't introduce.
They set it up. Yeah.
You don't introduce a landmine without it getting blown up. But oh my god, I didn't expect it to blow up the police station.
How did they survive?
Anyone, especially him, who was like 4 feet away from it.
Yeah.
I only wrote a few tropes because the movie was supposed to be tropey. Obviously the super cop, the useless cop, bad actors. Have you ever noticed that whenever there are people who are acting in a show, they are always terrible? I don't know why that is. Maybe it's an opportunity for an actor to fake, being bad or something. I don't know.
So, point of clarification: they killed the actor because he's a bad actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely. And
they killed the blonde because she had a terrible laugh.
You know what the worst part about that? They reenacted the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one they were using.
Yeah.
Oh, such terrible, terrible decisions.
Yeah. The other one was the mic causes feedback. Oh my, come on! There's no reason why that thing should be making the much noise that it did. He looked at it and it caused feedback. But anyway, all it tells me is that people in England don't know how to do sound. Oh
no, it's probably the sound.
Right, and we lost R2.
R2,
not D2,
and C3PO. Let's hope not. I don't know how to transition out of that, but Audible.com sponsored this show. Normally I can get a pretty good transition there, but
Our only ope? Is that what you said?
No. I am the only ope. Get your free audiobook and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/CheapSeat Reviews. Trivia!
Trivia!
I knew someone was going to do it. Nick Frost, the guy that Sam lovingly calls Fatty McFat.
It was a badass name, by the way. Let's just be honest here. They call me Nick Frost. Damn.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a cool name. Yeah, Nick Frost. Yeah. Only agreed to do the film if he could get to name the character. He was also asked to watch over 20 action films to warm up for the movie. He only watched one. Bad Boys 2. You haven't seen Bad Boys 2? I love it. At a Q&A session following the screening of this film in Newcastle upon Tyne, that's what it says, Edgar Wright revealed that the film featured disguised cameos by 2 Oscar winners, Cate Blanchett, who was the girlfriend, who's on the phone, the CSI girl, and Peter Jackson, who was the Santa Claus who stabs him in the hand.
Awesome.
I picked this trivia only because it's very British. Simon Pegg lost over 2 stone in preparing for the role of Nicholas Angel, which is 28 pounds or roughly 13 kilograms.
Metrics.
Forget the metrics. He lost 2 stone. What is wrong with you, England? That's the reason why we left.
Well, I'm sorry that he lost those stones. I mean,
Wes peed out some stones. When we were in college. Those were kidney stones, by the way.
So he lost a stone too?
He lost. Yeah, I think he named
some of these rolling. Was Mick involved?
No?
I don't know, but I thought he had the moves like Jagger.
Ah, thank you.
Get any more? No, okay. Shaking your head doesn't usually work either for the podcast.
Too hard.
The only other one I can think
That's what she
of
said.
is Michael J. Fox's character and Doc Hollywood. His name is Ben Stone, and they're like, "So you've been stoned?" And he's like, that was the joke throughout the movie. That's the only one I got. Simon Pegg became attached to his Mossberg shotgun and named it Sarah. And Nick Frost got so attached to his Winchester shotgun that he named it Emma. When Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg went to Brixton Police Station, hoping to get some anecdotes from serving coppers, that's what it says, even offering to take them to the pub, every officer refused to speak to them. The liaison officer had wrongly told the officers that Mr. Wright and Mr. Pegg were journalists. The liaison officer has never been forgiven. Could you imagine being a cop and these guys come up to you and you don't really know who they are and you're like, oh, he's a writer, get away from me or whatever, and then you find out that they're these actors that are going to do a movie and that your stories could have contributed to the movie? Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
I'd be bloody pissed off.
Right.
It was all
Soundtrack great. I gave it a fun or an F for fun. I just had a good time with it. It was good. What did I learn? I learned if you're not in London, you're a redneck. That's what I learned.
Oh yeah,
you're a flippin' redneck.
Ooh, it's like those maps you see on Facebook every now and then of, what foreigners think your country is.
Yeah.
They're trying to name the states, and North Carolina is always, rednecks and mountain folk or something like that.
Moonshine,
yeah. Mountain racing.
Right,
Moonshine and racing.
Right. So basically, we're essentially.
So it's your backyard, right, Sam?
We're the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, yeah.
That makes me pretty happy, actually.
All right, that's it, right? So top 3.
Oh, let's
and what?
Oh, I was gonna say let's talk about Mr. Yarp guy.
You want to talk about Mr. Yarp?
Yarp.
Okay.
The Hound.
That's not the Hound.
Yarp.
It's the Hound.
Is it?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Look at his IMDb, dude.
What was his name?
Yarp.
No,
Yarp.
That's not his
Michael.
name.
His character was Michael, I believe.
They always just referred to him as the baggage
Gooner.
No, the cart guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do it this way. We'll do Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we know his name there.
Yeah. Well, this is great radio. I'm sorry. All right. So Rory holy shite, you're right.
I told you.
He looks nothing because he's so skinny in this movie.
Yarp.
Well, he's also a few years. I mean, he's obviously. Holy crap! He's so tiny. Oh, he's still like 7'11" or something, but he's so tiny, like skinny, because he bulks up for the movie. Oh my gosh! Look at you, Sam.
Hey, that's 3 weeks in a row.
Well, I mean,
Take
it's about Game of Thrones, so I mean, I feel like you kind of have to.
It's still 3 weeks in a row, and to be honest, if we hadn't mentioned Joe Pesci, I did it, bitches.
Was that all that you wanted to mention about?
Actually, that's pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yarp.
I realized we'd gotten this far, and I was like, I hadn't said Mr. Pesci's name yet.
I like how this guy's name is not Janie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yarp.
What did he do? Yarp. I don't even remember his character.
He was just like he was talking, it's like, Janie, I have to tell you something. Not Janie.
Oh,
Janie,
right,
I have to tell you something.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that gag.
And the stuff in the background during that was cracking me up. The other CSI folks or whoever they were,
in
the background, accusing her of going out with somebody. Nope, not me.
Right.
And it's the guy behind her.
Yeah, and he just looks over and just waves.
Is it Bob? No, it's not Bob.
Yeah.
It's Dave.
Oh.
Dave.
Yeah.
Or
was
Bob
it?
kind of skulks away. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. You think I would go out with someone like Bob? Oh. Apparently, Bob though was in. He was also a writer for Ant-Man.
Ah.
And the Adventures of Tintin. Pretty much anything else that has that Edgar Wright has worked on. It's kind of funny, actually. They're all, it's even in British Hollywood, it's all very incestuous. They're all helping each other out.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, well, look at World's End and Shaun of the
I know,
Dead.
I was
You'll see
kidding,
a
but-
lot of the same
Well, I mean,
actors.
I wasn't even going to say, because that's like part of quote unquote the same universe ish. I wasn't even going to go as far as like, look at Christopher Nolan. I mean,
Yeah. Or Scorsese and DiCaprio.
yeah, Scorsese and DiCaprio, they're butt buddies, and then you've got,
No, but think about that friendship. You've got Scorsese, Caprio, De Niro,
right.
Matt Damon, who's in a lot of those.
Well, you mean I would say like what's his name, Spielberg and Tom Hanks. I mean,
Yep, they've got another one coming out.
right, which I kind of want to see because it's Spielberg and Hanks, and it's kind of a spy thriller, and it's Spielberg and Hanks. I mean, so I mean Hollywood is just it's like that. I mean you get with an actor or two that you like, and you can always kind of tell like even if the main actor or two, but like some of the little ancillary characters in the background. Like I remember this. You remember the Mummy movies, the first Mummy movies?
With Brendan Fraser? And,
right.
Yeah.
So then the G.I. Joe movie comes out, the first G.I. Joe movie, which was god-awful. But the training montage has Brendan Fraser in it. And so I'm watching the movie and all of a sudden I see Brendan Fraser and I go, I wonder if the guy that directed this directed the Mummy. And then I found out that it was in fact that. Because how else would Brendan Fraser get work? I actually like Brendan Fraser a lot, and I think he'd be a cool guy to hang out with. And I actually
Where
like
did he
him.
go to? He hasn't been doing anything.
I don't know. Maybe he just got to the point where he got
Didn't
kind of
need to?
typecast a little bit as just goofy large man. When you do George of the Jungle, I mean, I guess you just
and Biodome and
Encino Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he just kind of got.
Wait, did he do Biodome?
No, not Biodome. That was Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. But he did do Encino Man. He was
You're right.
the Encino Man.
Yarp.
I actually really like him though in Blast from the Past. It's actually I can't help it. It makes me seem super racist, but I love it when he walks out and he sees a black woman for the first time. And he goes, "Oh, a Negro," and I lose it every time. It's so funny to me. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
And his dad is none other
Christopher
than
Walken. It's so great. That movie's actually good. There's someone else who might be on my list. Alicia
Walken?
no. Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has she been ruined yet?
She's had kids, but she's still really attractive. Again, Kimberly, if you're listening, minute 52. This is where you want to slap Sam.
In minute 37.
Or 37. Yeah, minute 37. Yeah, you're right. That's what you said. Top 3. That's right. We decided to do British films because this was a British film. We've already done the buddy cop. I think I started to say earlier I didn't get a chance to finish. If I had seen this movie, then when we did Bad Boys 2, and we did our buddy cop, this would probably be in the top 3 of buddy cop. I like this movie a lot. So, Chad, British films.
I'm gonna have to go with.
And we're categorizing this as like, it was not only filmed in England, or it was like a British cast, British crew, things like that. I mean, technically, the Batman we just reviewed was filmed in England, but it was done by Americans. So, anyway,
American.
just point of order.
I'm gonna go with The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957.
That's where
Yep, that
that's
one.
where that comes from. In case you've never known.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Dr. No.
Okay. I figured
And,
Bond would come in here somewhere.
Well, Bond in general, but in this case, Dr. No,
Mhm.
because it was the first and the best. And Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
There it is.
All right.
Corny.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't translate because I don't have your script, what you wrote down. So,
All right, so I'm gonna go with Skyfall. It's my number 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Life of Brian.
Right.
It's my number 2.
Okay.
And,
Oh, also a good one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Always looking on the bright side of life.
and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Oh, 2 Monty Pythons. Nice.
So, by the way, I'd like to point out that for years, I mean, I'm talking probably 5-6 years, I never saw the last 20 minutes of Monty Python. I fell asleep instantly every single time.
Can I throw in a? I'm gonna throw in a an honorable mention.
I would love to hear it.
2 honorable mentions, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Tommy.
Okay.
By The Who, and Corny's lovely favorite, The Wall.
Son of a bitch.
The Wall.
The Wall.
What is that?
I freaking hate.
That's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Hate The Wall.
I've never heard of it.
Hate.
It's Pink Floyd's
Did I say
rock.
hate?
It's
Yes, I did.
Pink Floyd's rock opera.
So a
The
woman
Wall.
inexplicably finds herself cut off from all human contact when an invisible...
No, not that one.
Oh, not
No.
Okay, that's the only one that came up. So,
Remember Chad made me
Pink
watch-
Floyd, The Wall.
Yes.
Okay, so Pink Floyd, The Wall. All right. Ooh, that's a weird poster.
Yeah.
Weird-ass
movie.
A confined but troubled rock star descends into madness in the midst of his physical and social isolation from everyone. Directed by Alan Parker.
Yep.
Is that the one where you play it with the Wizard of Oz in the background?
That's
No,
Dark Side of the
that's
Moon.
Dark Side of the
No,
Moon.
that's Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay.
Come on, get your Pink Floyd right.
Yeah,
Hate.
we all knew
Hate.
that, by the way,
Hate.
Sam. Why didn't you?
Hate.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Why do you hate Pink Floyd?
Because that damn movie. Chad made me watch it, and it's so damn weird.
Is that why you picked it, Chad, just to piss off?
Yeah. Yeah.
And who's the great evil, folks?
Chad.
Chad.
Yes.
We've already established this.
Bob Hoskins is in it. Shmee
Guys,
himself.
it got an 8.0 on IMDb.
I'm sure it did.
Out of 56,000 votes.
Because people are dumb. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
No, I was looking to see. I heard it.
Oh,
No,
here,
you're fine,
no.
dude. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Jenny, snorkel. That's always the
Yarp.
go-to.
Yarp.
Yarp.
I'm going to use Yarp tomorrow at work and see how long I stay employed. Hey, Cornelius, can you go? Yarp. What
You could always be Cart Boy.
Just call me Cart Boy. Okay.
If you want another really good one,
Oh God.
this is Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
that's
yeah.
actually a good one though.
That's a good one.
And on my list of shame.
That's okay.
Wow.
That's on mine too.
Especially you sound guys, turning it to 11.
I know the reference.
Shame.
I know the whole, but it goes to 11. So why don't you just make 10 louder? But it goes to 11. Yeah.
No, 11.
Yeah, but
This is British.
I don't have that.
Goes
But
to 11.
But it goes to 11, baby. I can't do it. Yeah. Again, it has to be a phrase or word that I already know, like pigs in a blanket. Like I can do that.
On command, even.
Right. Did you like my picture out the other day where we actually
Yeah.
had pigs in a blanket and yeah, pigs in a blanket.
Goes to 11, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do British accent. I can't do accents. Period. I mean, I can do redneck a little bit.
It's not even close. It's not even least.
Right.
least.
Corny did. Sam.
All right, I got an honorable mention for The King's Speech.
Oh yes.
So good.
That is
It's
it's actually an excellent film.
and so well acted. It's amazing.
Thus the Oscar nom or the Oscar win.
Yep. My number 3 is the movie that introduced us to Fast Zombies, 28 Days Later, which is creepy as hell.
It is a yeah.
So with people last name Victor.
My number 2, I've lumped a trilogy in this, the Shaun of the Dead, World's End, and of course Hot Fuzz, but I'm not including it because we can't use the movie we watched for our list. But Shaun of the Dead, World's End is a hell of a lot of fun. It kind of goes along that same idea of, boy, that escalated quickly in both of those things.
Speaking of escalating quickly, keep going, Sam. Yeah, Sam.
And then my number 1, of course, is Monty Python, Holy Grail.
That's so funny that the 4 of us picked Monty Python and the Holy Grail as our number 1. And so
Because it's an awesome movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but yeah.
I'll say it's like the epitome of.
I used it in my economics class to introduce students to scarcity.
Nice.
I did. I really did.
I think I mentioned this on this show before, like how impactful that how impactful that show is or that movie is that it even seeped into the Hearthstone game that I play. There's a character, there's a card you can play called the Black Knight.
Oh, sorry.
And it has a battle cry that does stuff. But anyway, it's funny. But it's based off of that. So Monty Python and the Holy Grail is my number 1. My number 2, I just wrote Harry Potter. So I'm just.
Crap! I can't believe I forgot those.
Yeah, it's just all of them, all 8.
I didn't like the first 2.
No, they were fine. My favorite's the third one, but they're all fine in their own way.
Well, that's when shit starts hitting the fan.
Oh, no
Was that Prisoner?
Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban. That one was.
Yeah, Prisoner was my favorite movie. The Goblet of Fire was my favorite book.
I've heard a lot of people say that. Yeah, and then my third one was The Kingsman, the Secret Service.
Oh, so you haven't seen that one
I
yet.
just love the hell out of that movie. It's just it's what Bond could be if Bond were rated R. You know, I mean, that's kind of what it is. Because they even make fun of it, like they even make reference to it being a Bond movie a couple times in the movie. Sort of. It's funny. You like it, Sam? Go Redbox it whenever you can.
Actually, did I just see that on Netflix?
The Kingsman? I doubt it. If it's on Netflix, we're doing that like November whatever. Because that movie's I loved it. I really, really liked it a lot. That's it. No Angry Scotsman. It's been a while since him. I don't know what's going on, but he's busy, and that's okay. Sorry, I gotta get to the. As of right, checking, updated. No emails in the inbox right now, and that's okay. And no emails, no worries. What is that email address? Well, it's cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. Feel free to, again, if you're English, like British English, and you know what Bill Nye says at the beginning of the movie, please send us. Tell me what he's saying. And I guess I could probably go to IMDb and look up the quotes, but that would require me doing something, and I can just
we can't have that.
God forbid.
That would require me actually having to
look.
having to look something up. Boy, that sounds like I've heard that before. That's it. Out of
what
10,
are we doing next week?
No, out of 10. Out of 10, Chad, what would you give this movie out of 10?
Yeah.
Probably
an 8.
Yeah?
I'm going to give it 8 bulletproof vests. Yeah.
All right. I can dig that. Corny.
I think I will also give it 8, but I'm going to give it 8 Yarps.
I just realized I didn't write down the numbers for last week. Oh, well.
I got them. No worries.
Sam.
Yarp. I would probably give this 7.75. Let's see, what could I think of? How about exploding ketchup packets?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we all kind of saw that coming when later on when he stabbed him in the heart. Like, we all knew that he stabbed him in the book that he put there and that he would do the ketchup gag. Right? Like, none of us actually thought that was real.
I actually
was way too
thought
much
he
movie
was
left.
stabbing him. I thought he stabbed him in the shoulder so it wouldn't kill him.
Oh. No, sorry. Because as soon as he did that, because in the movie he's like, don't forget your book. It's your most important piece of equipment or whatever, right? And he puts it in his chest pocket and he pats it. I'm like, oh, that's going to come back later. It's going to stop a bullet or something. It's going to stop something. Like I kind of sensed that was coming. There was other stuff that I did not sense coming. Obviously, I still didn't think that Moore was going to be the bad guy. I'm actually, again, not to try to placate not placate's not the right word, but to influence our listings, like our rankings, because I would never do that, except on the bottom 5. I actually would definitely do that. But right now we're at what? Our average is what? A 7.9 or something right now? I don't math very well. And our website is being incredibly slow for some reason. Which is fitting.
Probably because we're all on it.
Well, maybe. No, are we all on the website?
I call bull.
Oh, by the way, what else can you do on our website, Sean?
I will tell you in just a minute. So right now, if I give the grade that I want to give this movie, it would tuck in right underneath Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. And I got to be honest, I like this movie more than that movie. I really did.
I kind of did too.
You know, because and I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm looking to see what it's comparing to other movies to influence the vote, my number. Because I was just going to give it an 8 because I had such a good time with this. But that movie got an 8.375. And I like this movie better than that movie. I think this is a better film than Pirates of the Caribbean. And I had more fun. Now, because it's a new movie and I just seen it recently. Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You know, is it going to hold up to Black Pearl?
Yeah. In 10 years, am I going to still think that this is a great buddy cop? Like, I still think that Bad Boys 2 is a really good buddy cop. Now, other parts of it doesn't hold up.
No.
But I think that there's some stuff that it really does.
We also have to go look at, Ghostbusters and The Hunt is also.
Yeah, and I can't. Right, and they're all the same number. They're all 8.375, and I can't put this over Hunt for Red October because I think Hunt for October is a better film. So I'm just going to say 8. I'm going to give this an 8, and that's just where it'll be. It's going to live above The Breakfast Club, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Again, though, let me be honest, be clear. The Breakfast Club is a great film, but I would rather watch Hot Fuzz tonight than The Breakfast Club. So I'm going to give it an 8. 8 exploding sea mines out of 10. So speaking of what we're doing next week, Sam, next week we start our Halloween run.
Ooh.
Next week is our 4-week run of the scariest shit we could find on Netflix.
Or the funniest, scariest.
Yeah, and I am both excited and slightly nervous about some of these movies. I have never seen any of the Saw movies. I have been told that I have to, and Jen says we have to, so that's what we're gonna do. That's not next. That's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm a little angry at Andrew for making us watch Zombievers. I think that's gonna be awful, and I think I'm gonna be a little mad at him. But next week we are doing The Fantastic Fear of Everything. AOL Jeff says it's really good. So
you do know who stars in that, right?
I don't.
Simon Pegg.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm wrong. I didn't know that. I didn't mean for that to happen in the list.
Whatever.
I really didn't.
I believe, now double check me, but I believe that is a Simon Pegg movie.
Fantastic.
God, where am I? Look at me. I am just amazing.
Ooh. I don't know about that. Yes, Simon Pegg, yeah. Look at the poster. Oh my God, he's wearing underwear. What is happening? I only got a 5.9. That's interesting.
Oh dear.
A crime novelist whose research on Victorian serial killers has turned him into a paranoid wreck must confront his worst fears when a film executive takes a sudden interest in his movie script. Jeez. Okay. Crispin Mills was a director.
I know of 2 Crispins.
Yeah, Crispin Mills and Crispin Glover. All right.
Oh dear. Simon Pegg is the only actor I recognize in this film.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's interesting.
There's a guy named Mo. I like that. There's a character named Duck. That's great. And a character named Noodles. Lead head. Ooh, okay. Fantastic Fear of Everything is what we're doing next. The last film that you noticed that I did not mention on the list, the movie we will do, which is it will post. It'll post the day before Halloween, so you can listen to it while you are trick-or-treating or having kids come to the place. It'll make your house way scarier if you have our voices coming out of speakers somewhere.
I'm gonna talk like this the whole damn time.
That's right.
Give me your candy, sucker.
Yeah.
And the sucker.
Yeah, put your speakers outside and listen to us rant and rave about either the ABCs of Death or The Exorcist. And how do we go about doing that? Well, you go to our website, CheapSeatReviews.com, and there is a poll on there. Not a stripper's poll. Get your mind out of the gutter. It is a voting poll. You can pick. You, the listener, the consumer of Cheap Seat Reviews, will pick whether it's ABCs of Death or The Exorcist. Can
I make one suggestion? If we end up seeing The Exorcist,
yeah,
you must watch it at night without interruption.
Who are you talking to us? You talking about to
yes,
us?
Yes, to you guys.
Oh, wow. That's probably how it'll have to be. I mean, I don't think this is one that I could sneak off and watch at work. So I'll probably have to do it here. Maybe I'll see if I can drag Sarah into watching this one. I don't know. She probably.
I don't know, dude.
She'll probably say. She'll. What will she say? She'll probably say. Stupid book, but mean movie. And then when the scary thing happens, she'll run away.
Or die.
That's going to be the new Wilhelm scream. I guarantee it.
Oh, I would love for that to be I'd love for that to be the new one. That's great. I'm so glad I did that. Did that fix this one yet?
Built in.
No, I didn't. Dang it. I still have to capture out.
Now I live in Nashville, and I'm a special little boy.
Steve Everett, thank you so much. You gave us your voice, and now you've done it again.
Sometimes they never leave you.
Right. I think that's going to do it for us, right? Is that it? I've done everything. I think my script says so. So you may, of course, leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher or anywhere else fine podcasts are sold. You may visit our website, again, CheapSeatReviews.com, where you may vote. Please do. Vote early, vote often. You can actually vote as much as you want just to screw up the poll and make sure we do the movie you want us to watch, or do the movie that you think we would hate doing more. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/CheapSeatReviews. You may follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. I am at Sean J. Allred. Sam is at Soniji, which is SONEJI 16. Corny is Johnny with 2 N's, Darko 16. And Chad is Maestro, MAESTRO _Evans. And Andrew is, of course, a Jimison. Did it right that time. Please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. And we look forward to starting our October run. Again,
can we call it an annual Halloween run?
Well, yeah, we can do that. Assuming that this podcast continues on past this year, which we are coming up on 100 episodes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? And, as I'm talking and thinking out loud, we might want to do something special for that. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a contest.
Maybe we'll make a good podcast.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But there is no guarantee of that happening. Anyway, on behalf of Corny, Chad, Sam, this is Sean saying goodnight. Thank you for listening. And
How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. Shut it!